Hello, everyone. Welcome to Angie's Drama Room. I am your meeting host, Angie, where I do drama reviews on all things drama, focusing mostly on Asian dramas. And today is going to be Midweek Roundup. These are Korean dramas that I am either finished watching, in the middle of watching, or stop watching for whatever reason. And actually, in this point, it's just two of the three dramas I have finished watching or I am still currently watching. So I will leave the timestamp in the description box below if you just want to go ahead and jump to the dramas that I'm going to review on. And I'll give you the rundown. There's going to be Serendipity Embrace, No Gain, No Love, and Love Next Door. So Serendipity Embrace, I have finished watching it, and I had finished watching it a while ago. But however, I really wasn't going to do a full review on it because it really was not much to say about the show itself. It was strictly a straightforward rom-com. It's an 8 episodes series, which was just short, and it was based on a webtoon. You have our female lead, Kim Soon-hun, and our male lead, Cha Jong-ho. If I'm pronouncing that, I probably am pronouncing that incorrectly, but forgive me. Basically, it was about they were in high school together. The male lead kind of fell in love with our female lead during that time in high school. He missed his opportunity to confess his love to her. And then we have 10 years later, I believe it was 10 years later, what happened, his mom sent him to the States to start the business, to run the business in the States, go to school and run the business in the States. He comes back to Korea after 10 years in order to set things in order at their Korean branch. And this is when he ran into the female lead that he liked in high school. So that's it. I think if you would have added a little bit more drama to it, if they would have added a lot more about the female lead and her backstory and how her thing, the chemistry between the two, it was enjoyable to watch them two together on screen. They did have the nice tropes and the play off of each other. There are some things I found problematic, especially when it came to the sub characters. Best friend, who is a male best friend who was gay. They put that in there, but for truthfully honest, there really was no reason. They just happened to put it in there because there was no love interest for him. I would have probably liked a lot more if they did a lot more of the female lead, Lee Hong-ju's backstory. If they did her backstory a little bit more, because it was kind of a little confusing. And then you had, again, the sub characters, the best friend on her adult age, she became a teacher, and the gym teacher, I think that relationship was confusing because there was no reason for him to be so shy because she put it all out there. And again, it was only 8 episodes. And we knew in the first episode he liked her. But by the time the second to the 8th episode, he was very rude and distracted from her. And to a point where I thought that it was because he was going to be involved with the other male best friend who was gay. It wasn't that anyway, but that's how it kind of projected, like why was he not interested in her? And to me, but however, it was just some type of coyness, shyness, play off of that whole scenario. But it did make sense to me why he was doing that way, because she kind of forced herself onto him and he still denied her. So there was really no reason for him to be shy. But again, it was just straightforward. Okay, so I did kind of explain a lot more than I thought I would, but however, that's kind of how it went. So now let's go here let me go ahead and transition to the Love Next Door, because the person who was in the ex that was in Serendipity Embrace, which his name was Yeon Ji-on, is also in Love Next Door. To be truthfully honest, I'm not seeing this character. I'm not really feeling this character. As a matter of fact, he's been appearing a lot. And so here we go in Love Next Door. on Netflix. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be a 16, let's see here, a 16 episode drama, which is your typical drama for Korean dramas. And it is a rom-com. And again, there's not much to say about the fact that it is a rom-com. Again, we have it where our female lead, which is Jung Soo Min, who has done a lot. I've seen a lot of her shows. She's done let's see here, again, My First Life, or This Has Been My First Life. I will leave the correct title. And then I saw her on Alchemies of Soul. Love Next Door. It was actually pretty good. I'm still enjoying it. The only reason why I'm doing it as a midweek roundup, because they're only giving us a few episodes, because it's only playing every weekend. So it's going to give 2 episodes a weekend. So right now, I believe we have finished airing episode 6. It is a slow paced show. It's very slow burn. It's a very slow pace. However, the chemistry between our 2 leads are very good. A binge-worthy watching show to me. But I tune in just because of the fact that I'm really enjoying these 2 in this show itself. The only thing I kind of would have just not really cared too much for is because of her. She's they think it might be cute, her being really fighty or bitey, and because she's short and to me, they can kind of leave that out a little bit, tone that down a little bit. But however, I guess that's her thing. The story is about the female lead. Again, we got them going to the States to go to school. She gets a career in the States. And then a mishap happens where she now has to go. She moved back to Korea. And she was afraid to face her parents, especially her mother. I guess that's where she got her fightiness from. And then that's how we met our male lead. And so from there on, they're pursuing each other. The male lead, again, liked her during high school years. When they were best friends, their parents are best friends. So it's kind of not much going on. There's just a lot of different scenarios that they put them in, and they kind of just goes with the flow of the scenario. But however, I still would give it a good watch. I'm still coming back. It's a little bit better than Dr. Slump. You just turn it on just to turn on, but I do still enjoying Love Next Door, and the chemistry between the 2 leads are very good, and I like them. Hey, also Jung Hong-in, who is the male lead, there was a reference to Something in the Rain that was in there too, because he was the male lead in Something in the Rain, and I really enjoyed Something in the Rain. So there was a reference in there for Something in the Rain. All right, so then let's go here to No Game, No Love. This one was actually, I was on social and somebody tweeted about it or X'd about it. I don't know how you're gonna say it now, but it was on X and somebody mentioned it. I'm like, oh, okay. And so this one is actually on Prime Video. So if you have Prime, Amazon Prime or Prime Video, this is on Prime Video. Actually, I'm watching it in the States and it's English dubbed. So the voice dub is so it's English voice dub. I rather would have watched it in the original form, Korean original form, but it wasn't. And the subtitles in English didn't match their dub. So I had to take out the subtitles in English and just have to go with their voice to understand the concept, because things were different. This one's only a 12 episode drama that they said, and I am enjoying it. It has a little bit more of a plot to it than than Love Next Door and Serendipity Embrace. It does have a little bit more of a plot to it. Basically, I love Shin Min-ah. She is excellent. She is a very good actress. I enjoyed a lot of her shows. I've seen a lot of her shows. She is a established actor in the field, in her field. I am really enjoying her. It's a very feminine drawn show, a targeted show. Matter of fact, in the first episode, you're talking about how women in the workplace acting a lot of misogynistic comments that were made. And then there was, when she was a school-age child, there was a little thing where the girls had to play dodgeball while the boys were playing soccer. And her thing was, why was the boys' soccer field much larger and a lot more space than the girls had to play in this little small space playing dodgeball? Gym teacher at the time, he was like, well, because you're girls, and this is the space allowed. They're playing soccer, so the field has to be a lot bigger. So she didn't understand that, and she feels like, well, I should have that too. But because I'm a girl, you tell me I can't have that. So that was her thing going forth as her adult life, which means no gain, no love. So if there's no gain in it, so she always wants to be a one-up. She always wants that gain. No matter what it is, she has to have that gain. And so when she ends up now in her adult life, I guess there's a contest. And so in order for her to advance in this contest, again, we have a male-driven office type setting where a female really doesn't have much to say if she's not married herself, or if she doesn't have children and not married. So when it came to this contest, her ex at the time took her idea. And so the HR was like, hey, somebody has to give. We can't present this like this. And so her ex was like, well, let me have it, which was her idea. It was like one of those pillow talks when they were together. She kind of put out there what her ideal was. And so that's how he took it. And so he's like, hey, let me take it, because of course, since you're single, you'll never advance in your career. And so at least let me have that opportunity. So then that's when she came up with this idea. Here we have a contractual marriage. So she has now to find a groom, which now our groom comes in will be Kim Young-dae. I have seen Kim Young-dae. He was on other shows. However, the first time I seen him appear that I noticed him was on Penthouse, the first season of Penthouse. Yeah, he kind of caught my attention there. Then you have the shooting stars with the little asterisks and the O's. I don't know why it's that way. Not much into his acting. He's more visual. His visuals are really good. But however, these two chemistry between Shin Min-ah and Kim Young-dae, there are very good chemistry between the two, and she can lead a show. So she can lead this young actor to present a good form in this show, and he has been doing really good. It's kind of funny because she wanted a plain guy, a plain old Joe, her contractual husband, and so even with his shaggy hair, Kim Young-dae's shaggy hair, and wearing glasses to look like that geeky look, he's still fine. I'm like, lady, it ain't gonna work, because she didn't want to draw too much attention, because this is a fake marriage. So she didn't really want to draw a lot of attention to the marriage itself, to him itself. So that's the reason why. But hey, I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen, because he's still fine. He's still nice looking, whether you do that or not. So the same writer in this one, that's the reason why I kind of do enjoy it. It's the same writer in Her Private Life, which was an earlier Korean drama. I can't think of her name. But anyway, I loved Her Private Life. I really enjoyed it. Matter of fact, I binge watched it again just a few months ago. So I'm really enjoying this one. Again, I believe we're only on I think we finished episode 2. So it's a weekly drama. It is on Prime Video. So that's the reason why I put it in my Midweek Roundup. If anything else happens between that time, then I will probably do a second impression separately or together, depending on any extraordinary thing may happen. Okay, so that's my final review on my Midweek Roundup on shows that I am currently watching or have finished watching. There are a couple of other Korean dramas that I have stopped watching. but however, it was just again, I did a thing about Korean dramas. There's not much out there lately. It's not enough going on. These two right here may save Korean dramas right now. Love Next Door and No Gain, No Love. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for my subscriptions. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you have not already. And I thank you. Media adjourned.